for watching my channel. Today I want to talk about something that's, I think it's a miraculous invention in the shooting sports. I do a lot of pistol shooting. I also reload all my ammunition. As you can see, my reloader back there is a Dillon 650. But one of the biggest gripes, apart from the primer issues and having to chamber check, well, the biggest issue with reloading from my perspective is having to chamber check every single round. So once I finish loading my rounds, what I do is I'll put them in a tumbler, I'll clean them up, and then I'll chamber check every round using a chamber checker like this. And the reason why you would use a chamber checker like this is you just want to make sure that the rounds that you're loading conform to specifications of the 9mm, whatever caliber that round that you're using. In my case, I'm reloading 9mm. I want to make sure that my rounds are properly sized and crimped correctly, and it doesn't have any issues with it. The reason is if I reload one round that's malformed or that doesn't fit in the chamber correctly, it won't fit my gun. And when it doesn't fit my gun, then I have to clear the jam while I'm shooting. And especially in my division in USPSA, I shoot open. Every jam will cost you at least 2 to 3 seconds to clear, even if you're fast 1.5 seconds. That's detrimental to your score. Even from my perspective, when I shoot open, if I have to take an additional shot, if I shoot and I see like hit D zone, if I want to take an additional shot just to get an A hit, I will lose like 2 or 3 ranks in my standings, which is crazy. So having a malfunction, basically that stage is just gone for you, right? You lose a ton of points from that perspective. So what I do is I always chamber check every round that I reload it to make sure that it will work in my gun, 100%. But what's really tiring is, once you load like 300 rounds and then you got to sit there and put the round in this chamber. Let me get a round and I'll come back. I'll show you how it's done. Okay, I'm back. So I have with me a couple of rounds that are loaded, a 9mm major. So what I do is when I chamber check, I'll just take the chamber checker here. This was by EGW guns. They built this chamber checker for 4 different calibers: 9mm, 38 Super, 40 S&W, and 45. I only use this one because I'm reloading 9mm. So what you do is you drop it into the hole here, and if it fits flush, and if you look at it, if it's flush, this one's not really, well, it's not too bad. It's just slightly jutting out. Let's try a different round. All right, put this in here, and now if you see that the round is sitting flush with nothing popping out, it doesn't jut out a little bit, that's fine. Some rounds will just hang up like this halfway, like that, and that's probably not going to fit in your chamber or cause some malfunction. So what I do is I toss these rounds out, pull it, and then reload it again. Or it also catches 38 auto. Like I bought this bunch of brass, 9mm brass that's supposed to be once fired, but there was some 380 brass in there. So I loaded some rounds mistakenly on my reloader, and when I pop them in, it just drops, and it's a huge drop. I'll put out a picture for you to take a look at how it looks like, and actually I catch those rounds that way. So chamber checking is very important. The only problem with this chamber checker is you got to do it one by one. So you have 300 rounds, you got to like drop it in, okay fine, push it back up, push it back out, and then drop the other round in, push it back out. You got to do it 300 times, right? So I came across this very interesting chamber checking mechanism through, I think, a video. I want to say, what's the guy's name? I'll put him up. I saw a video of this guy reviewing. He's also a very avid YouTuber, and he's done a lot of videos on competitive shooting, and he reviewed this thing called the Banks bullets, or what they call shock bottle. So this is how it looks like. It's essentially 100 chamber checkers in a handy to use aluminum package. Now, why is this more interesting than a single chamber checker? Well, instead of checking every single round, what I do is I just dump all 100 rounds here, and when I fill them all, immediately I can take a look and see if any of the rounds not conforms to the standard. And none of them are conform, I can just pull them out from that perspective. But then there's also another benefit, which I'll show you in a bit with regards to using this. So I'm just going to show you how, demonstration on how I use this Banks bullet. It's by a company called, I think you can buy it from banksbullets.com. This is the box that it comes in. Banksbullets.com, 100 hole case gauge. by ShockBottle. And I believe I bought this off Amazon. At one point they had it on Amazon. I think now you have to, if you want to buy it, you got to buy it direct from the store. But go check them out. I'm just going to show you a demonstration how I use this. Once you have reloaded all your rounds, what I do is I just pop them in a tumbler, so that the tumbler will up for about an hour, and the tumbler will clean off all the whatever lube that they have, and you polish the rounds to make them look really nice and shiny. Obviously, from my perspective, there's no issue with tumbling loaded rounds. Some people say don't do it. I know like a couple of thousand people who do it for millions of rounds and nothing has happened at all. So I guess it's pretty safe, but don't take my word for it. Use at your own risk. So what I do then is I'll just grab all these rounds, right? I'll put my chamber checker on the table here, okay? And I'll just load them. I'll just take a bunch, and using gravity, some of the rounds will just fall in automatically. And then obviously some don't, and then you just fill them in. And what you'll notice is the case gauge or the chamber checker is designed slightly shorter than the case. And you look at it right now, if you zoom in close, because it's on the table, it's pushing the rounds up. So some of these rounds are sticking out. Let me try to zoom in close for you. Can you see it? There we go. See, they're sticking out. The reason they're sticking out is because it's shorter. So, but if I lift them up, then you see them all seat down correctly. If I show you the bottom part of it, as you can see, the bullets stick out a little bit at the bottom, and that's why when you put it on the table, it just sticks out. But that's fine, because that's just the beginning of the process. So let's keep going. Let's just fill them all 100. As you can see, how much quicker this is than having to use a single case gauge round by round. And I realized that the benefit of dropping rounds into the chamber checker diminishes after you get like maybe 2/3 of the way. So then I'll just grab like 2 or 3, a couple of rounds in my hand and just drop them in. That way it's much quicker. So I'll just do that instead. Okay. So this is just benefit number 1 of using the Banks Bullets case gauge, right? So great. So you have 100. Now all I have to do is just lift it and then scan it. So take a look. Just scan it. Look at all the rounds. Immediately you see one here that pops up. Sometimes it could be dirt. Sometimes it could be powder residue. You just give it a push, and if it doesn't go down, then you know this is not conforming to the size. So I'll pop this out, put it aside. Right, just put it aside for a while. Pick another one. So now all of them are flush. You can see. Let me just take a look. Yeah, can you see it this way now? Much better. And then you take this opportunity to also check your primers. So look at your primers and see if there's any of them that have been turned, or any of them have been loaded wrongly, or maybe not flush against the case. All right. So this batch looks fine. So now here comes benefit number 2 of using this awesome chamber check. So what I do here is now I grab my cases, right? My plastic 9mm cases. These are from Berries. I'll just take one box, open it, and cover all the rounds in the case gauge, and then I flip them over. Takes a while for you to wiggle them, right? And then once they're all free, they just always. Every time I do this, there's always 1 or 2 that will just fall out. I don't know why. So anyway, they all fit in here, but they're all bullet pointing up. I don't keep my rounds this way. I keep my rounds with a primer, with a bullet pointing down. So then I'll just take another box and I transfer all 100 from this box to this box. And voila! Done! Pack it and go. Well, before you do that, you must always label your rounds. In this case, they are 8.1 grains HS 624 grains Montana Gold bullets, and I'm done. 100. I don't have to load it individually, chamber check every single one, and put it in one by one. This saves me so much time. It's incredible. So let me do another batch. Okay, done. So I'm sure you saw that in high speed. I sped up the video so you don't have to go to the bother of me trying to fit all 100 again. So now let's lift it up and take a look. Pretty interesting. Again, 100, a lot, they're all good except for one, which is this one here. Now I don't know if you realize, earlier I had one that was from the earlier batch that was not correctly sized, and I put them here. I accidentally picked this up and put it in. Here we go, and you can see that the case gauge have picked it up again. So they're pretty accurate. I remember when I bought this, there was one hole that was not sized correctly, I think, or maybe it was dirty, that kept pushing out correctly sized ammo. And what I did was I just cleaned it, and then after that it just works fine. So this round is the one. Let me put it far away this time so I don't grab it. Let's bring another round in. Great, perfect fit. Yeah, looks beautiful. Here we go. Again, just pop the 100 round box on top of your case gauge, of your Banks bullets. And woohoo! Perfect this time. Now they're all facing up. Let me grab another box. And then I put this box over it. 100 rounds over. And I'm done. I need to print out the label so I can put it here. And I'm done. So there you have it. What do you think of the Banks bullets? I think this is an incredible time saver. Not only it saves you time, but also it is a very accurate case gauge and chamber checker, so that you don't go to the range with badly loaded rounds. I know some of you might be perfectionists when it comes to reloading. I'm not a perfectionist when it comes to reloading. That's why I need to case gauge all my rounds. But it's never hurts to be safe, right? I mean, this is part of your think of it as part of your packing process. When you pack your bullets into your boxes, why don't you put them here first and then transfer them to your boxes? It might help you one day, right? So thanks for watching. If you hit them up on banksbullets.com, you'll be able to see. I think they were selling some blue or black ones, and then there were some in the white, or is it chrome? I can't remember what the different colors that they have. And I think it retails for about $89 or $99. I can't remember what the price is, so it's relatively inexpensive. It's a one-time purchase for one caliber that you want to shoot. I think right now they only have 9mm, and I believe they will come up with a 40 and a 45 pretty soon. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, and please send me some comments. Let me know if you like this video or whatever that you want to see in the future. Talk to you soon. Bye.